When James Mason passed away in 1984, no one could have anticipated what would later be discovered inside his Beverly Hills mansion. Hidden behind secret false walls were film reels that turned out to be worth millions of dollars. Yet, even this extraordinary find wasn't the most shocking revelation tied to his estate. A full decade later, in 1994, a cassette tape surfaced from the very same property, bearing a chilling label that read "Do Not Play." The 90-minute recording contained Mason's unfiltered reflections on Hollywood, where he laid bare some of the darkest secrets of the industry. His candid words were so explosive that studio executives attempted to purchase the tape outright to suppress it, while private collectors offered fortunes to obtain it. But the content Mason revealed about his co-stars and the hidden crimes of the film world was so scandalous and damning that it nearly vanished from public knowledge forever. James Neville Mason was born on May 15, 1909, in Huddersfield, West Yorkshire. His family came from the world of textiles, with his father running a thriving wool business that exported fine cloth across Europe. His mother came from a refined Lancaster family and dreamed of her son enjoying a respectable profession, perhaps as an architect. However, she also quietly recognized James's early gift for performance. Without openly defying expectations, she arranged for him to take elocution lessons to smooth out his thick Yorkshire accent. This early blend of privilege, traditional expectation, and secret encouragement planted the seeds of a life that would always hover between playing by the rules and daring to break free of them. At the age of 14, Mason won a scholarship to Marlborough College, one of England's most prestigious schools. Yet, life there was far from smooth. He struggled with a severe stammer, which left him socially isolated and uncertain of himself. Everything began to change when a drama teacher encouraged him to join the school's small theater group. The training not only helped him manage his stammer, but performing gave him a newfound confidence and purpose. Mason later wrote that the thrill of speaking Shakespeare's lines on stage felt utterly intoxicating, sparking a passion that would shape his future. The theater did more than cure his speech difficulties, it gave him direction. In 1927, he entered Cambridge University, where he was expected to pursue architecture, the respectable career path his parents envisioned for him. Yet, while he dutifully attended lectures, his real energy went into acting. He threw himself into the Marlowe Society, performing in everything from classical Greek tragedies to modern experimental dramas. By 1930, when his father offered him a secure position in the family business that would guarantee wealth, Mason shocked everyone by refusing. Instead, he joined a repertory theater company in London. His father dismissed the decision as pure madness, and the choice created a painful rift in the family. But for Mason, it was the defining moment where he chose the uncertain life of the stage over comfort and stability. The early years of his acting career were brutally difficult. He worked with tiny touring companies, often performing in half-empty provincial theaters. Money was so scarce that he once pawned his pocket watch simply to buy food. At times, he even slept backstage on cold marble floors when he couldn't afford lodging. His fortunes changed dramatically when playwright J.B. Priestley happened to see him audition and offered him a role in London's West End. Practically overnight, Mason went from a struggling unknown to a critical success, winning praise for the intensity and depth of his performances. It marked the first of many times he would pull himself back from the brink of failure through sheer persistence and talent. His private life soon drew as much attention as his stage career. Mason fell deeply for Pamela Calino, a married woman he had met on a film set. Their relationship created a scandal that shocked both the industry and polite society. At one point, Mason even lived under the same roof with Pamela and her husband, a situation that left acquaintances stunned. When her husband finally filed for divorce, Mason and Pamela fled to Nevada to marry in secret. But the timing of the marriage fueled rumors of bigamy, and the secrecy surrounding their union seriously damaged his reputation. Despite the fallout, their bond remained strong, and the couple stayed together for years. On film sets, Mason's passion sometimes pushed him to reckless extremes. While filming I Met a Murderer, he insisted on performing his own stunts. In one dangerous sequence, a cart accident hurled him off a cliff, leaving him badly injured. Refusing proper medical treatment, he concealed a broken wrist under his coat and continued shooting the very same day. The injury never completely healed, and he carried the physical reminder for the rest of his career. When World War II erupted, Mason made a decision that sharply divided public opinion. He refused to serve in combat, registering instead as a conscientious objector. Newspapers branded him a coward, and some film studios blacklisted him. Rather than withdraw, he volunteered as an ambulance driver during the Blitz, risking his life nightly by pulling survivors from bombed-out buildings. Although this work was often more dangerous than many combat assignments, it did little to silence his critics. Still, those harrowing nights revealed a quieter kind of courage that never fit neatly into the role society tried to assign him. In 1943, Mason's career reached a turning point with The Man in Gray. He convinced the director to let him play the villain instead of the hero, and the choice transformed him into a star. His intense performance electrified audiences, who filled theaters just to watch him, often cheering loudly when his character finally met his doom. The film shattered box office records and made Mason one of the most talked-about actors in Britain. His rise reached new heights in 1945 with The Seventh Veil, which became far more than a breakout role. It was a landmark moment for British cinema. Produced on a shoestring budget of under $100,000, the film stunned the industry by grossing over $253,000 in the UK alone and more than $2 million worldwide by 1948. Mason had negotiated a rare profit-sharing agreement and personally earned $20,000, a figure equivalent to nearly $800,000 today. The movie's success was staggering. It drew nearly 18 million admissions and, in some regions of Britain, even outsold the legendary Gone with the Wind. Audiences were captivated by its dark story of a controlling music teacher and his pianist protégé. Mason's portrayal, at once magnetic, intense, and morally ambiguous, helped redefine the image of a leading man on screen. Yet behind the scenes, the production was just as dramatic. Mason's clashes with co-star and Todd became infamous, quickly escalating from professional disagreements into bitter on-set feuds that tabloids feasted upon. Despite their fiery disputes, Mason surprised everyone by insisting that Todd receive equal billing. At one point, in a fit of anger, he reportedly tore up a script in front of the crew. The press nicknamed them Cement and Dynamite.